No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Got guests. Careful.
I will fell you all! For my name is not Andrzej Sapkowski!
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking. Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd say. Dragged some nets onto the bank, then cut them to untangle them. Lot of blood, so the corpse must have been cut up. Quartered, maybe.
It's likely they loaded the body parts onto a boat and sailed off.
Gonna dive in. Chief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the truth.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed D.
Delacroix? It cannot be.
What? Seems so.
Long past. We were close friends once, but...
Foes?
He did. But I do not see what that has to do with the beast.
I understand. We can talk later.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Henrietta.
Henrietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomerin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
With no knights brave enough. Of course we have. Bravery's not enough for the beast.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not...
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table, what...
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac...
Like Milton said, I've come from the north at the Duchess's behest to deal with the beast.
Yes, yes, but who are you? A knight? A mercenary? A soldier?
Geralt is a witcher, a master of his trade. He has questioned...
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when...
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here...
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared. Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy?
Not a soul around, just me.
What did you see? But be warned.
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town, fast as my legs would take me. Then they had a hard haul. The parts...
Need to examine the body.
They ferried it across, then loaded it...
What? Why, Corphobia?
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was...
Who was that? Woman who just left?
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage.
It is no secret. The Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His credit...
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw up?
Such are the times.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to...
So folk think the beast...
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they...
Why, you...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of the...
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like...
They say anything else about the beast?
The Toussaintois are no fools. They see...
Picky monster. Thanks for the hospitality. Not coming with?
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for...
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One...
Did you hear that?
Ah!
Sounds like a fight. Have to hurry. Damn it. Killer must still be here. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like. Except for long fangs. Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimar, though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be. In the cellar. Gotta be. Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate. You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
cannot let you leave.
Show me what you got. Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few... Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a body was chopped up, blows struck with great force. Creature that killed him had long claws. No Bruxa did that. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clear. How's this possible? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Examine the tissue more closely later. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers. Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Riddick?
The tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now.
Master Richard, is it true what...
Yeah. Virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldacia, too.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for question. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll...
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian bloody...
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shalmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
This is dangerous. Bells on its tail aren't enough.
I saw a spectacle of the sword in the arena in Magyar. There, a knight defeated a Shalmar with bells on its tail.
Might have gotten lucky. Shalmar might have been lame. Who knows? Only a Witcher has a real chance against a healthy Shalmar. And that's not even every Witcher. Besides which, releasing a monster... Who's going to fight?
Guillaume, the young man you met. Great love demands great sacrifice.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him. Gotta keep it down.
Alas, on Nightling, the beast heaved its foul girth, then loosed a roar and knocked him to earth. Down came the Witcher in one mighty bound. It fights to the beast, its plans confound. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against all odds. The Witcher waited till the time was true, then 12 darts and 8 spun, struck the monster right through. Like a bow who leaps at the love's first spurt, so the Witcher wounded the Selma, then its foul heart hurt. Strikes belly, Herman's eyes ring aloud, blood transforms into jelly. The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace, Shale Mars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True.
What about the crowd? Say the Shale...
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your...
Your Grace, my contract.
Naturally. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, and... Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the river...
Do you mean to insinuate the
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him, attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough...
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely... Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. By the way, Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more...
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feast... He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to...
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that...
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws, kid.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal under...
So, first two victims were...
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times...
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain,
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's...
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues.
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what...
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Five virtues. What?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the laity of... In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounced.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds...
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team.
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him...
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. Your Grace, we need to find Milton.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere.
We must call off the game.
First and foremost, we must... Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we... And you, Witcher, follow me. My garden. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me! Faster, Geralt! Right like the wind!
Come on. Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way!
Gut!
Follow the Duchessa!
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Est flows in the waves.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find the unicorn's horn, golden fish, and the phoenix.
Who would have thought?
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order.
Great. Can already see I'm in... Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history.
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first.
Shame that.
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from...
Mind giving me a...
Not in the least. Follow me, please. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting...
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the helper stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days. Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius, his wife Nina, kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate. One must, forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to...
Think I'll take you up on that. Mentioned the place could...
Almost decidedly, sir. The question is...
Been thinking about the outer wall.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a... Not only did the residents positively sparkle afterwards...
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew, which, highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. Is there anything else?
Got these spacious grounds.
Oh, yes! We certainly The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could...
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the...
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. Will you be needing anything else?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick.
Of course. No one would
Then send out for one, please.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding... Will you be needing anything?
Know what? Changed my mind.
I shall be glad to...
Starting to
I agree.
Thanks. Renovations coming up?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding in other news the...
If you say I should... this wall, I think. Laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time. BB,
a laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it. But I understand that to a witcher this
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working here. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragonglass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators, vengerometers.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't...
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy.
Then I am all the more delighted.
Ever play Gwen?
Funny you should ask, sir. I was quite adept in...
Sounds interesting.
Not at all, sir, but...
May the best...
Do you wish to play again?
Yeah, you be no...
As you wish. Would you prefer I use...
Feeling lucky today.
At your service, sir. this time I won.
Maybe later.
As you wish.
Starting to really like it.
As you wish, sir. Shall...
Feels like by investing a bit of...
Indeed. Momentum is best maintained once established. Now that we've finished the general renovations...
Was wondering about the guest...
Oh, but that is immaterial. All self-respecting homes should boast a
Yeah.
I can tell a man of action immediately. Is there anything...
Thinking about buying a comfortable...
Excellent idea. In your profession,
Great. Order me a fine...
True indeed, true indeed. I shall... Is there anything...
Could use another weapon rack.
I know of a carpentry shop in town which crafts the humblest...
Fine.
Of course, at once. Is there anything...
Along the path I've often...
I agree. It would lend the place a certain...
Yes. Just please make sure there's...
It goes without saying, sir. There is nothing worse than... By this time tomorrow, they Is there anything...
Starting to get into this whole renovating thing.
What a splendidly wise idea.
You know Roach, my horse? Well, we've been through a lot together. And since...
Oh, a sturdy stable testifies to a most honor...
My Roach deserves the best. Have them refurbish this...
I shall get to work at once. Yet finding workmen and Will you be needing...
So, sometimes I have to brew a potion, but I can't find the herbs...
Well, you're in luck, sir. The flower garden, once kept by Madame...
Good idea, Barnabas Basil. Herbs there will save me out.
The idea is yours, sir. I am but the humble executor. Will you be needing a...
Starting...
With the utmost...
Thanks. Renovations coming along.
I am delighted to inform you we have completed our late... You must forgive me my temerity, sir, but I thought, with all the work on...
Sure, what?
During the tidying that preceded the renovations, I came across a bottle of Sapramento, the 12th... And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand. All thought it a part of the performance, so they only laughed, even when the decor began to catch fire. It was not until the flames engulfed Baron Mahevkin's beard.
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and Madame Nina threw some...
It was so. In this regard...
So tell me, Barnabas Basil, what...
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new one...
That'd be bad. This Sapramento got me dreaming. It's amazing.
Isn't it, though? Allow me...
Thanks.
We would stomp till we were red and sweaty.
Advanced shots! Teach them the better they are!
If you just take to work as they take to dance and drink.
Who would have thought? Knights trading in wine while some witch guards the stronghold.
Witcher, I've a...
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some...
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady...
Let me guess.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave, though... I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic, and...
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg. Vivian shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at...
Trickery?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hide. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a...
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth, there... I attempted to approach her on several ensuing. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the...
Notice any other strange behavior? Additional symptoms?
No, Vivian's avoided me wholly.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural,
Tell me more about Vivian.
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a...
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my... I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. A demanding test of... Yet...
Yeah, I get it.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure...
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride? I did not mean to suggest I doubt. Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply.
Marksmanship. Feel a need to do...
Come with me. The marksmanship contest shall pit you against another with the best time and score. He who hits all his targets first wins.
Hope my aim's as good as that Cupid's who shot you.
Sometimes when you speak, I miss the meaning entirely. Hit the red targets! Once more?
Gladly give it another
Once more?
Done enough shoot.
Where to now? If you wish to know my thoughts, were I you...
Let's do some riding.
Excellent idea. Come with me. The tourney's race differs from others you might have taken part in. You shall not ride against any opponent.
How's it a race at all, then?
It's a race against time. The true track begins in the arena, runs round the tourney grounds, then finishes again in the arena. The training track, however, lies beyond the arena. We shall go there now.
You can't pull one over on me, Witcher. I can see you're a king.
All is ready. Now listen, for it can be quite a challenge. Along your route stand dummies and targets. The dummies you may cut with your blade. The targets you must hit from your crossbow. The time you have to complete the course shall increase each time you land a strike, be it with blade or... During the race proper, judges throughout the course shall tally your points. Will you give it another go?
Had enough. Be nice to swing.
Very well. We shall practice infantry combat, one-on-one. Come with me. You will team with other knights to fight. The clash simulates a true skirmish during battle. Come the end, you shall fight a duel. It will determine your place on the podium. I always liked the duels the best, but now I can think only of my Vivian. In the end, it is good you will replace me. I sense I would simply be distracted this time.
Trump honor! Wisdom lies stripped of all that is noble.
Here in Beauclair, all's right and fair.
Stand at the center of the training ground. A knight will approach and challenge you.
It is right and fitting, Witcher.
I can fight.
Kesser summoned.
I'll show you, you rapscallion!
I expected you to...
Think I've seen enough. Sorry to be blunt.
If I weren't just below.
Greetings. Really? What?
My findings show you may take part as Geralt of Rivia.
What a surprise.
Or as the Honorable Ravix of Forhorn. It's not every year we have a combatant who can boast of 2 crests. Which do you prefer?
Kinda curious what you could have learned about Geralt of Rivia.
In the year 1267, a certain Geralt, a member of the Witches' Guild, was... This was in honor of his distinguished service at the Battle of the Bridge, said Struct...
Yeah, those were the days. Kahir and I led a fistful of Nordlings against an entire Nilfgaardian battalion. Won that battle just because we absolutely... Ravix of Forehorn? How'd you manage to dig that up?
Here in Toussaint, we treat heraldry very seriously. One visit to the Ducal Archives. That is all I needed. Ravix of Forehorn was the name under which you attended a feast honoring Princess Pavetta, daughter of Queen Calanthe of Sintra, on the occasion of her 15th birthday.
That's actually right. The Honorable Ravix will do.
You may now take the shield, but...
I'm a witcher. Shields aren't something...
Who mentioned using it in combat? Not I. The shield...
In that case...
Have you been instructed as to the tourney's challenges, prizes, and vows? If not, I do hope you will allow me to tell you about them.
Guillaume told me a bit about the contest.
An admirable thirst for knowledge. A horse race, during which you will seek to complete the course with... Finally, the group melee in the arena. As each contest ends, its results will be posted on the board out...
Convenient. Gonna come right out.
The winner of each contest... Whoever has the best result wants all... Should you defeat the reigning champion, the grand prize will be yours. This year, Her Illustrious Highness had it...
You say something about...
As is our custom, knights make vows to which they hold for the duration of the tourney. Each swears...
Feels like I know everything.
Splendid. In that case, you must...
I vow on the love of my lady, Yennefer of Vengerberg, to respect the chivalric virtues.
May the gods succor you in your endeavors to... That...
Shiny.
You have also been assigned a tent for the tourney's...
The guard brings peace to our domain. Maybe this is the trick of rotting chains.
Geralt, well, I'll be... Have you decided to turn knight-errant?
All jesting aside, here on a job. You in the tourney too?
Am I? Ha! I shall square off against Renfan of Atre. I saw him just moments ago. A nervous wreck.
Guessing that's against the rule.
But who's to tell the Nilfgaardian what to do? The timing of your marksmanship duel is such that...
Makes no difference to me either way.
Nor will it give you any pleasure. Since, as it is, we must both wait.
Thanks.
Ha! You've denied me some diversion, but at the least...
I salute you. The honor and duty of tourney patron have You have sworn your vows. You have readied body and soul.
Behold Horm Akespark of the Mechtian royal line. His name's quite the mouthful, a true challenge to rhyme. His targets to be hit centrally and true are the ones in blue. Against him new blood, a knight unknown till now. Seraphics of Forehorn, give us a bow! The targets he must with his quarrels thread are red. May the better man win. Brave Seraphics has hit over one half of his marks. Will he manage to prevail? Are these glories first sparks? Seraphics jumps ahead, leaves the others. Seraphics has won. His boat struck the goal. Yet even this cannot soothe the ache in his soul.
Your prize, sir. A crossbow adorned with your crest. I congratulate you.
Thank you, my lady. Would you tell me about the other prizes?
Alas, I cannot devote more time to you than to the...
My medallion's vibrating strongly. Can only mean one thing. Magic.
The explanation is disappointing, I'm afraid. The fragrance I use, it's mixed...
To lose to an opponent such as you is a victory of its own.
Thanks.
Good work! In the interim, I managed to determine which tent Lady Vivian occupies. Perhaps you could find a clue within it.
You're right. Vivian's cursed in some way. Sensed it when she opened the tourney.
In that case, we've no...
Yeah, let's go.
This is her tent. You must look inside. Search it. I shall hoot like an owl should someone approach.
Claw marks, that's clear. Not sure what beast left them, just that it's big.
Oh, fair Vivian. Thou hast
Oriole
doth
feather.
strive within thy locks.
Vivian keep a bird as a pet? No sign of it here, if so.
Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet. Thy two breasts are like...
Ruxay tend to be fond of birds. Vivian keep a bird as a pet? No sign of it here, if so. Jar of concealing ointment. Powerful magic at work here. Clothing's all dark green and yellow. Seems Yen's not the only one with a fixed color scheme.
Someone approaches, quickly!
You were supposed to hoot.
We shall speak later. We must return to the tourney now. It's time for the second contest.
Sirs, what seek you in my lady's tent? Inspiration? Be gone from here. Why were you in there?
Tourney business. Nothing of import.
The flower of chivalry.
Right.
Right,
Joseph! Dragon's eyes on a stick!
Behold, gallant knights and ladies decorous, gaze at the host assembled before Look upon chivalry's best and most, come from far lands, here to seek glory. Halmarin, the Baron of Longfall, Linus of Metina, Rainfarn of Atra, Horm Makaspark of Meicht, Donimir of Troy, Guy de Boisfren, in service to the Duchess, Delwyn of Craigiau, Count Tai of Dondal, Ansay of Lyria and Rivia a prince, Graphics of Forhorn, for Gregoire of Montgorgon let out a roaring cheer, the faint fire of silence, tawny champion from last year. Today's winner of contests, his victory to secure, shall face Sir Gregoire in a challenge severe. Does ignorance demand a bard intercede? Does someone need telling how tourneys proceed?
Graphics of Forhorn? Is that what you call yourself? You shan't fool me. To this day I bear marks where I met your steel. But don't you remember? I am Tai of Dorntal, and I swear to you, before the tourney's end, I shall have added another book to that collection on your map.
Done. Then step aside. You're in my way.
The tourney's protector, the mate Vivian. Her beauty entrances both beasts and men.
My heart's greetings, dear knights. May my grace guide you and show you the path of honor, valor, and glory. Accept my wishes of good fortune, sir, and devote all your strength to the tourney, and only it.
The time has come for you, Sir Knight. Mount your steed, swift be your flight. Ladies and gentlemen of lineage illustrious, soon steeds shall swarm like ants most industrious. To beat time's passage they'll ride. Before a cervix of Forhorn dubbed, his spurs flash like lightning to a shine they...
That's it, Roach.
And he's up! With a thunderous roar, hoofs pounds the ground. No legion of drummers could make such a sound.
Oh!
lost. Endure and keep pace.
Slow now.
A race of such style, such grace, such speed. To pleasure, a treat indeed. To honor our entrance, praise each fair knight. We shall feast from eve.
I congratulate you. Here, your prize. A saddle adorned with your crest.
Many thanks.
By the way, my maid saw a man with white hair sneak out of my tent. Would you know who it might have been?
No idea.
How juvenile.
Congratulations on your win. In stellar style, no less. I no longer regret I was not able to participate. Almost.
We must drink to this. Come with me to the feast. We shall await Vivian together.
Lead the way.
So, any thoughts on Vivian?
Her beauty's striking.
That is not what I ask.
Still too early to say anything. Managed to figure one thing out. She uses power.
Do you mean to say she might intrude?
Only guessing right now. Found some clues. Got me wondering if...
A Bruxa? You mean a vampiress?
Not sure yet.
We've still some time before Vivian arrives.
Sorry, don't drink well. Dropped something.
I demand satisfaction. You've insulted me twicely.
And twicely ought to be enough.
You refuse to duel?
For Lady Vivian!
No! For the Duchess!
Night, that's
3-0, Ty. Might want to give some serious thought to whether you want to face me for a fourth.
I shall kill you, freak!
You got your chance, sir. You failed to see...
We shall meet again.
My heart swells to behold this beautiful celebration of valor and honor, and to wit. Yet, after a time of combat must come a time of peace and rest. Thus, I invite all who fought in the tourney to this feast held in your and in the group melee shall take place on the morrow. Glory shall be within The best among you shall have the honor to face our reigning champion, the famed Gregoire de Gu.
Follow her. We shall meet in your tent before your last contest. You must!
You'd best behave.
That radon scoundrel, ever seeking Lady Vivian.
Strange. Was sure I'd find her here. Vanished. Melted into thin air. And that bird. She a Bruxa? Flew off. Worth going after. Looks like the bird somewhere. you off over the hill. Might be quicker to pass through the cave.
Witcher.
Lady Vivian? Counted on me getting lost.
I did. I thought you no different from the knights. Good at tourneys, hopeless in the face of true danger. I was mistaken.
So you're not actually a Bruxa?
A what?
Suspicion I had, that you might be a vampire. Certain details seemed to confirm it. Then I changed my mind. Anyway, unimportant. Hear you come to this clearing often.
This is where it all began. And as I was not able to evade you, save myself from you, then I want it done here. In this very spot. With no witnesses.
Want what done?
Why, you are a witcher. You were hired to kill me, were you not?
Witchers only hunt monsters. And even then, not all. You're no monster.
Then what am I to your eyes?
Most likely you've been cursed. Don't know who by or why yet, but hope to find that out soon.
If you've no contract on my life, why take an interest at all? Did Guillaume put you up to it? Is that why?
He wanted to help you. Asked me to do him a favor.
Why should I trust you?
'Cause the Duchess trusts me? 'Cause I'm a freak too? 'Cause cases like yours are my bread and butter?
You shall not turn on me. Use what I say against me. You shall not tell anyone?
I will be discreet. I swear this on the Heron.
You mock me.
No, it's just... You want reassurances. Too many. If you want my help...
So be it. I shall tell you what my mama once told me. When she was with child, expecting me, she and my father spent much time together near the wood, here in this clearing. Mama loved to listen to the orioles sing. She would stroke her belly and say, "My daughter should..." But a creature dwelt in the wood who envied my parents their happiness. One day it appeared before them. It demanded payment. And when my parents said that they had nothing, he claimed their unborn.
Parents ever describe the creature?
They called it a nymph born of the deep woods, with no mother or father. But I was too young.
What happened after that?
Nothing at first. I came into the world a perfectly normal child. And my parents... But now it's advanced so that even in daytime I must use magic ointment to mask its symptoms, to look normal. In fact, I was resigned to death in coming here. Perhaps death...
Ointment you use includes a potent magic ingredient. You don't have the immunity mages have. Use heavy doses.
I sensed this. The very reason I knew I would have to give...
The curse. It could be reversible. Once ran into a baron transformed into a...
And you truly think you could do something?
Can't guarantee a thing. Tough case, yours. You were cursed before birth. That alone complicates things. Could try transferring the curse onto someone else.
What? Out of the question.
Only one that's completely safe.
So there is another.
Pretty quick to reject help. Why is that? The curse once transferred would probably have a weak...
I do not even wish to hear...
All right, there is another. Ancient ritual. We'd need an Oriole egg.
Consequences.
Curse was cast before you came into this world. Ritual involved transferring it to an as-yet unhatched chick. You'd be free. Thing is, you could be left with the average lifespan of an Oriole.
7 years. I understand. Alas, every rose has its thorn, and there are no happy endings. Yet you wish to give me 7 years of life. Real life.
I see why. I understand.
I will. They must miss me.
Let's. But are you gonna...
Yes. I cannot appear there all in feathers. Pardon me for a moment.
You can change at will?
No, but I discovered the water of this pool helps. Its effects are brief, but I can always be sure of them.
Interesting.
Come.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Then speak, man. Can you not see I'm out of my mind?
She asked me not to talk about it.
But I want only the best for her. Perhaps...
Vivian gave me the details of her situation, but she did so in confidence. Promised I wouldn't tell anyone.
But I'm not just anyone. Why, I would do anything.
I'm sorry. Look, in time Vivian will come to understand what she owes you. I'm sure of it.
How dare you lecture me? This is not the aid I sought. And to think I gave up my spot in the... Or now that you've bound Vivian to your turf...
I don't back out of anything. I'll take part in the last skirmish.
Indeed. In that case, you must meet the other knights of your team.
Got it. Thanks.
I know now the two teams' rosters. I shall be captain of ours. That means you shall do as I say for the duration of the fight. Is this clear? Palmer and Alonful will lead the opposing. With this skirmish, we commemorate the Battle of Fox Hollow of 1218, when a Hans of... Since that day, knights errant have guarded the Dutch.
None.
If you swing your blade as deftly as you shoot...
It is time, gentlemen.
A cheer for the knights, the ladies, the lords. For our next entertainment, the team shall... 2 rifle crews, 2 coteries shall... Virtuous. While the knights prepare, let me say I'm elated to behold such a crowd on edge, breath bated. Whoever here wins the past champion shall face. All others must leave, heads bowed in disgrace. Let us begin! Crowd, race a ruckus! Blood, sweat, and tears shall soon follow in buckets. Quickly!
Never fight a witcher.
nature act always.
The world's never seen a fight quite so glorious. For showing such verve, each knight was victorious. Yet in tourneys as in life, but one champion may reign. Today he is the one, praised be his name. He felt a whole host, slew the most. To Rafix of Forhorn, who the strength of lions boasts. He sailed through all trials, each test he passed with ease. But now awaits the last for Gregoire de Gorgon, who on this ground's last won. To the tired remainder, we It is time. Step into the arena, should you suffer grievous harm during combat.
Thanks, I'm fine.
The brave knight Rafix hails from Forhorn. Now entering the grounds, a titan of infamy.
I wish both combatants good fortune and fame.
The titans locked stairs, ferocious and spry as wolves hunting hares. Mesdames et messieurs, our victor, our champion, the unequaled and silent Gregoire de Gorgon! Hip, hip, hooray! Hooray! And now a few words from our sponsor, the Tufo Vineyards. For strong bones and teeth, drink Tufo. A wine for your teeth, a wine for your soul. Rafix of Forhorn, this year's champion, a sight to behold. He defeated Gregoire de Gorgon. Hail Rafix, 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 Rafix.
As patron of this grand tourney, I've the honor to decorate our grand champion. His vow he made upon his love for his heart's captor, and it was doubtless this vow that carried him to this splendid victory. He showed great courage, great strength, great composure. He fought nobly with honor, and thus rightfully deserves the title of this year's Champion of the Arena!
I need to talk to you.
Not now. We shall meet later in my tent. I've duties to attend to, as do you. Folk regard you. The least you should do is wave.
Greetings, my lady. Have you decided?
I have. I stand by all I have said. I wish to endanger no one and thus choose the method. Might you explain the nature of the ritual?
Sure, but seems your tense grown ears. Show yourself, Guillaume. Can hear you breathing, and I know damn well it's you.
Why are you here, sir? This is a private audience. Geralt, what is the meaning of this? Is this some scheme you've hatched unbeknownst to me?
Guillaume's no foe. Though there's little honor in meddling, he meant well, means well. You guessed correctly. He was the one to hire me, but only because he wanted to help you.
My lady, I live to serve you. Whatsoever you require, you need but beckon. I am yours to command.
Are you quite finished? Is that all you wish to say?
I suppose so.
So you shall do what I command, sir. Very well then. Listen carefully. Leave this tent, turn towards the duchy's northern marches, and run. Run until the tawny grounds are no longer within sight. Return only once you've cooled off. Then leave me be forevermore. Understood?
My lady, but your troubles. I only wish the Witcher see.
Out now! You assured me I could trust you.
I kept your secret. Didn't tell him anything he didn't already know.
I understand he hired you, so you had to report to him. But this is not his affair, Geralt. This is my life.
Absolutely sure you did the right thing? Not too hasty rejecting his help? Can't conduct the ritual using your reflection without him. Needed someone who'd willingly assume the curse in your stead.
And you thought I would agree to this? No, Geralt. When we spoke in the meadow, you'd... This is the method I wish to...
Need to find an egg. Preferably an Oriole's. Ritual itself isn't
Yes. I saw a nest in the clearing where we...
We'll have to break the egg. Like you said, not everyone gets a happy ending.
And for a dream to come true, there must be sacrifice. This is the place. Oh no! A panther's gotten at the nest!
Stand back. I'll take care of this. Eggs fell in a moss patch. They're fine except for one. It's cracked.
Will it do?
Think so.
Now what must I do?
Just to be sure, gonna ask one last time. Positive you want to do this? If we succeed, the changes will be irreversible. You'll probably also only have 7 years left to live, at the most.
7 years free of the fear that someone might spy me at the wrong moment? 7 years of a life both true and unfettered. Yes, Geralt. I'm certain I wish to do it.
All right. You need to concentrate now. Repeat after me. Muna Gandrau. Muna Felirat.
Muna Gandrau. Muna Felirat. Muna Gandrau. Muna Felirat. Muna Gandrau. Muna Felirat.
Damn it.
Geralt, look! Look! Oh, gods! I shall be able to attend balls. I shall travel to Oxenfurt, to Novigrad even. Thank you, Witcher.
Ought to thank Guillaume. He's the one hired me. To help you.
Yes. I'm grateful to him as well, immensely. Will you tell him so for me?
Should tell him yourself, don't you think?
Perhaps I should, but I would prefer not to.
Sure, I'll tell. Go, go.
Let's go.
Faster. Go, go.
The gods have sent a beast as punishment for our sins. We have ceased to succor our ancient tradition.
Geralt, what of Vivian?
Managed to lift her curse.
Truly? So all will be well. Her troubles are done.
Asked me to give you a message. Said she's grateful. Thanks to you, she can live a normal life.
Good, good. But how does she fare?
Vivian chose what suited her best. She's completely free now. And happy, I think.
Without me.
You helped her. But that doesn't mean she owes you her love. Got this bard friend. Philosopher too, I guess. Amateur.
Do you know what, Geralt? You earned your reward, so take...